You have to see how change is here. And if you don't allow change to help you, then you're going to see it very much slapped in your face. If you're taking on... What?
That's exactly what I'm saying. When I hear that, that's why it bothers me that my husband is paranoid. He carried a gun. Well, we always had a gun. But he carried it by his bed because I thought that he thought that I was going to kill him. You know, and that's the bugaboo. I got that. I understand that.
Okay, now, you got to understand that because you hold that belief that you don't want to become your mother, or you don't want to become this person, or you don't want to become that person, you're actually resisting it, which feeds the fire of making it more real. And what happens causes you to have a bad experiences with it. If you come to terms with it by taking and allowing yourself to be going, all right, I'm going to bring it in, I'm going to look at it, but tap it out. Use a healing tool. When you do that, it literally changes. And you don't have to go through a bitch slap to get your attention. As far as being paranoid or seeing him being paranoid, how you know how he's paranoid. Tap that out. Anything to do with fear of change, you need to tap out. Use EFT. Use any type of tool that's out there, but literally disrupt the signal. Do you understand? Because otherwise you keep it to be real. It doesn't mean you have to become that, but you can allow yourself to cut the cords that are necessary, roots and all, taking all of that crap and story and resolving it, creating a closure to how you know it. So you can say, I used to know it that way, because no longer does it have to apply. Now, don't give yourself pep talks. Literally take the tool EFT and use it on all those different feelings, and what will happen is your body will stop creating those chemical peptides to keep making it real over and over and over. What did you get?
Okay, so what's keeping you from the moving forward is believing in their anger and retaliation and jealousy, and all those signs are telling you to stop believing into it, because you can't be your nature, your spiritual nature, if you're believing into that. And Saint Cecilia, who's about playing music, is an angel, is a guide, somebody that you can imagine, that you can call on to help in the transformation when you start doing and using the healing tools, to call on that so that your music can shine, because that's really who your nature is and who you're supposed to be showing to the world.
Thank you.
All right, so...
Her name is Saint Sophia?
Cecilia.
Cecilia, okay. Thank you so much. You guys are great.
Well, thank you. And if you believe that, then kind of spread the word first.
Clear all that out.
Good.
Thank you so much.
If you have any more questions, then give us a call back. We have a show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. and then again on Mondays at 2 p.m. So, you know, if you need us, we're here, and spread the word, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Take care. Thanks for
Stay
calling.
blessed. Okay, I don't remember if I did area code 513.
Yes, I think
I think that was the last person before this person.
Mm-hmm.
Darn. Should I check to see if we did them?
Yes.
Area code 513. Did we already communicate with you?
Hi, it's Christine. Yes, you did. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it.
Just double
Bye.
checking.
Okay, so now we get to Ocus.
Rather be vigilant.
Oh,
and
yes.
Karen also screamed out a zodiac sign. Were we going to do that?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And then I got confused, because you know how I said it was Pisces, even though I thought it was February, even though it's April. I didn't even know what day it was to click onto the radio show. And then she yells out Aquarius. I'm like, oh, that's good. She's like, no, that's my sign.
Ah.
So
okay.
I said, oh, maybe the message is about being connected.
Well, we probably need to figure out your message. And I think somehow it's hooked into Ocus. Ocus, how are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you both?
Good. What is your zodiac sign, sweetie?
Gemini.
Gemini, and an Aquarius, and we got to figure out why. Okay, so somehow
Why I'm hooked into Pisces.
Yes. Okay. So somehow that's all connected. All right. We're just going to start playing with the universe, playing with the cards. So this one, that one that fell out, that's for Ocus. Okay, now we're going to pull out one for Karen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one goes with this one.
Okay, that's Karen. And then we're going to take and figure out what's going on with your little issue of which dimension or where
I had
are you
no
at?
idea. I didn't even know what
So
day
we gotta
it
find
was.
out. This is for you. Oh. Now we're going to pull up a card again. So this is for Ocus. Ah. And then this is Karen. And then we will get to, okay, this is Karen. And then this is for you. Well, there's an interesting, find the order of what you did.
That's where they go.
Yeah, I'm trying to make her speed it up.
Okay, I'm going.
Alright, the first thing for Ocus is that, because it's about this day, is that something that you need to cancel, clear, and delete. Something that needs to be transformed. It's about that male energy that's coming to you in a negative way. It's being persistence. Maybe it's showing up that you have to have justice. Or it could be, let's look a little bit further. It affects your child, the child within you. It affects, so this male energy affected the child as you grew up, and either it was about you need to listen differently, or you were forced to listen. That's what I just heard. Does this make sense so far?
I want you to know I was going to ask you about father issues, so yeah.
Okay, so
Glad we're on board.
at 3 years old, somehow you were corrected, and that caused you to listen, but now we have to unlearn what you did, or what you listened, what you believe is the truth. Because they're saying that they want you to listen differently, but what you heard, and that you are a good little listener, you need to cancel, clear, and delete, which means a behavior pattern. Let me just find out which one it is. About correcting self. Okay, so there's a part of you without knowing it.
And it's funny because I got the word delete, so I wonder if in the correction process she felt like she had to delete part of herself.
She did, and good. I'm glad you brought that up, because literally she has to go in alignment. His signature. It doesn't matter whether he's alive or dead. That signature of that particular way of behaving shows up in other men, which then causes her to have to be going to that little girl, go back into that issue and listen, but doesn't allow her to be herself. So she actually cuts out part of her core. What they're trying to tell her now is that notice when you are correcting yourself, changing yourself, believing that they are the ultimate authority without so basically this is a triggered cue pattern that she may not even be aware of that's happening. Does this make sense?
Actually, I am. That's why I was saying I am.
Awesome.
I know it.
Okay.
I know it, which is why the question was what you said to me was saying to me was appropriate, because I know, and it came to me while I was just on the line waiting.
Good.
That's what I needed to address, and it came forward so wonderfully to have that deleted within me, because I see the pattern, I see it, I recognize it.
Here's another key word for you, is that they put this energy when it appears, if it becomes very haughty, becomes very what? Becomes very, what does haughtiness mean?
I know more than you do.
Yeah, it's that, yes. So have you experienced this recently? Okay, and they're saying that you are still losing a little bit of power on it. If we put it on a scale of 0 to 100, you're still losing 50%, and something to do with you smell. So it's the bonding of a male relationship with you, and what does it do? It triggers you to go into a spiritual lesson, which is already resolved, but it causes you to become paralyzed, not be able to move, which then causes you to withhold your emotions, because you don't want to participate in that field, because you don't want the bullying to occur. So then you end up doing an inner crying, which then actually puts your dreams on hold. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so the question then becomes, am I supposed to be able to do this with this person in this career in the future? It says yes, but heal this issue, and when you start to heal this issue, then you'll be able to proceed further with this man in your career and goal in the future, okay?
All right.
That was awesome. I love when things flow like that.
Thank you. So do I. Any key to the healing?
Oh, yes.
That I'm missing?
Yes, you need to disrupt that signal. Now, I don't know what tool you're using. EFT tapping disrupts the signal, stops making the chemical peptides. If you want to use a Hope Therapy, the code would be R3D and L2S. R3D, you know, again, thinking it through, putting, you know, I don't know, I'm sure you've heard about Hope Therapy, but if you go online and look at the video, you can watch how you're supposed to put your hand on your head. It'll disrupt the pictures. It'll actually change the frequency of the way your brain is functioning so you can stop that pattern. It'll actually allow you to resolve that strategy. L2S is so that you won't automatically go into, when you're cued to be a certain behavior, you'll actually stop yourself from going there, and you'll correct the pattern. So those two need to be healed, R3D first, and then L2S, because R3D is when you start losing power first, and at the same time it cues you to go into behavior. So if you feel how it depletes you, and you have to live up to their dream, focus that, get that out. L2S is when you can feel that you're spinning out, or you see the gall of their behavior, or the resentment is happening. When you heal those behaviors out, you're going to be able to file the memories and detach the emotions so that you can move forward. Does that make sense?
Oh, it definitely makes sense. You said 50% of myself?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes, and
yes, it is.
So heal that out. Now, tapping and disrupting the signal is very important at this stage of the game, because if you want this relationship to go forward, especially in your career, then do so. All I know is that when as me and Jen moving forward, we make sure, are we supposed to be working together? Yes. What's our issue that we have to work on? This. We disrupt it, and it makes a better relationship between us. Okay? So that's what they're telling you to do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. Stay blessed.
Take care. Thanks.
Okay. So now we're going to go to Karen. And Karen, what do we got? Come Together. Come Together.
No, it's a song by the Beatles.
Yes. And it's upside down. When the Come Together card appears reversed, it's a sign that perhaps a love connection is unbalanced. Is intimacy being withheld from you, or are you withholding it from another? Longing and yearning are often mistaken for love, when in fact they are signs of lack. Perhaps you have been doing all the emotional work and pouring your water into an empty well, to the point that now you are also depleted. Know this, true love will not deny you. What is truly for you will never walk past you or require this much energy. Drop the agendas, the fight, the need to win, and allow love to flow through you. True love will always find its reflection in another. So this is a past life issue that you are working on. And what do you got here?
You need to, regarding this specifically, clean house and release emotional baggage attached to it. And you have a guardian angel that needs to help with your vision, because you don't have a clear vision right now. Especially
what it looks like. You don't have a good catalog of it. Now, we are going to end the show in a few seconds. Hopefully we can just finish out what Jen's saying, but if we can't, we say thank you very much for calling in, being with us, listening on the radio, on the phone, or archives, wherever you are. Thank you. Please promote us if you really like us. Help us get out there to be where we are supposed to be.
Find us on YouTube, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
And if you want to finish out watching the rest of this reading, I will eventually get it up, hopefully this week or next week. But I'm going to finish it out by what is Jen's story. If we do this real quick, then you do your part.
Okay, so the women, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. So that's reversed, and so that's what I need to heal. Is what it means to be we were looking at this, what it means to be a strong woman for myself and that definition.
And what's interesting, the subject of the inquiry is barren and cannot give you anything right now. So you're not going to be able to do much of anything right now until you tap into that ability of stop hating animals. You have animal ability. You have to be able to communicate with animals. That's why they come up and talk to you, so that you're supposed to they're supposed to give you information to be able to communicate to what's going on with the other side. They are the safe way to talk to, so while the stuff happens. So you're not healing that because you don't want to, because you're like, I lost my power and I hate animals. No, she don't really hate animals. It's just she doesn't like when they look at her, smell at her, lick her, get on her. You know, it's just that. But where in the past have you ended up not liking an animal? So has your sister had an animal and you didn't? Oh, or did you have to constantly get rid of them because you moved?
constantly get rid of them because we moved.
Why do you want to be see why attach them?
And then also the responsibility that was at my dad's house for the dozen dogs that were there that were dirty and...
So you build up this memory towards all animals, and that's what she needs to heal. Because what you're going to work with is the power animals. You're going to find animals. Now, it can be a live animal, or it can be the animal of a totem. But either way, you have to stop holding resentment. And if you could watch what she just did, she just smacked her animal spirit guides and pushed it aside and said, no. Can I just talk to this book and not anybody else?
Yeah, I'm nudging it because I like to look at animals this way.
Yeah, but you have to look at animals in all sense, because if they're coming to you in a sense way, they're going to, they're not going to be real, but they're going to curl up on your lap. You got to be aware of that. And it doesn't mean that they're going to actually get you dirty. Okay? So you're going to learn and fine-tune how to work with animals. So we want to thank you for joining us here, and it is a Monday, April 9th, and that's good for me to know where I'm placing it. So thank you very much, and look on our website. Hopefully we'll get it up soon. It's MWReveal.com, and
see you there.
yes, bye.
Bye.